right, hey everyone, Jason LaFlesch here with Results Realty. Josh Nastall over here with Homeowners Financial Group. And we have another real estate power hour coming your way right now. Great show today. Josh has a market update for you. And also some of the topics. Here's how millennials got money from their parents to buy their homes. Pretty interesting. Also a new conventional loan product, so you're not going to want to miss that. Also, is a housing crash coming for Metro Phoenix in 2019? Experts weigh in. Benefits of becoming a homeowner. A lot of people forget what the benefits are of becoming a homeowner. There's financial benefits and non-financial benefits, and we're going to go over that in the show. Also, why an economic slowdown will not crush real estate this time. So we're going to be hitting that as well. Also, some of my experience when selling your home, be proactive versus reactive, and I'm going to explain what that means in the show as well. So let's rock and roll with this. We should be ready to go. Jeremy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Here we go, segment 1, 13 minutes.
Live. This is your Real Estate Power Hour, the longest running real estate talk show in Arizona. Right here, right now, on KKNT 960, The Patriot. Now, here are your hosts of the Real Estate Power Hour, Jason LaFlesch, team leader at Results Realty, and Josh Nastall with Homeowners Financial Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real Estate Power Hour. Live interactive show right here on your station, KKNT 960, The Patriot. I'm Jason LaFlesch with Results Realty, joined by my co-host, that's right, the one, the only, Josh Nastall with Homeowners Financial Group. What's going on, Josh?
What's up, Jason? Doing good, man. Hanging in there. Big spring break. Most kids around the valley are out there running wild.
They are?
They are, man. You can tell, man, because traffic's not what it used to be.
That's true.
Kind of nice.
That's true.
Just got back from Mexico with the kids. They had a great time. Caught a bunch of fish down there.
What were you catching down there?
So generally, I don't take like a day, or I've even done a 2-day trip out of Rocky Point before, where you can catch some crazy stuff. But with the family and that, we only do about a 5-hour trip.
Yeah. So
we catch mainly, and they're great to eat, mainly sea bass.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
Sea bass, but I caught a flounder this trip, and my little guy caught a giant triggerfish. Which
I saw that picture. That was pretty awesome.
They're interesting.
Yeah.
They have nasty teeth.
Do they really?
Oh,
stay away from those, huh?
it's big, huge teeth in the front.
Now, do you eat those, or do you catch and release, or what do you do?
You can eat all the fish, except for we did catch one fish. It's called the Diablo, a devilfish.
Yep.
You can't eat that.
Ooh.
You're not supposed to eat it. And they're weird looking.
I wouldn't want to eat that just because of the name.
Yeah, I guess the reason it's not because it's poisonous.
Okay.
But it's full of bones.
Oh,
so
really?
It's just extremely hard to clean.
That's no fun.
Yeah, we had a big fish fry, so good
That's
times.
no fun. Very good, very good. Love to hear it. So we have a big show today, a market update from Josh Nastall. Also, here's how millennials got money from their parents to buy their homes. So we're going to talk about that.
That's an interesting one.
A new conventional loan product we're going to hit.
Yep.
Also, is a housing crash coming for Metro Phoenix in 2019? The experts weigh in. I'm going to be talking about benefits of becoming a homeowner. You're not going to want to miss that, because there's non-financial benefits and also financial benefits. A lot of times we forget about those benefits when it comes to homeowners. So
There's a ton of them, man.
there really are. Also, why an economic slowdown will not crush real estate this time. And then some of my experience-based related talk in real estate. When selling your home, be proactive versus reactive.
Nice.
And what to look at first before you list your home. And also, if the home just isn't quite selling right away, it's not priced right, and you may want to shift gears a little bit mid-list. And I'm going to go over that as well, the benefits of being proactive.
That's a huge thing right now, man. Pricing it right.
Pricing it right is everything, isn't it?
If you're on the market for too long, you're going to get hosed, huh?
Indeed.
Well, it's true.
You're right.
It's true.
You're right.
stuff in the certain that's not necessarily luxury listing.
Yeah,
should be moving quickly.
it should.
Yeah.
It should. Hey, market update.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got some great information today. So mortgage rates have continued to drop a little bit this week, and we are at 14-month lows. So rates are really, really great. So mortgage rates.
Hey, Josh, with interest rates being really good right now at a 14-month low, are you seeing people get off the fence right now and buy homes, or are you seeing people just kind of hang back and wait and see if they go down more or up, or what are you seeing right now?
No, I'm seeing quite the opposite, and even or I'm seeing the first, what you mentioned first, people are getting off the fence. I mean, and in part of my market update, it all leads towards that. Mortgage application rates are up to almost 3%. Okay,
there you go.
Purchase applications have increased 4%. That's another thing I was going to talk about. I don't do a ton of refinancing, but those rates are giving life to a shrinking pool of refinances through 2019, which we didn't think there'd be any chance at that. So I think you're seeing people thinking about even refinancing. You're definitely seeing more people. I mean, a 4% increase in applications for purchases is a really, really strong number. Extremely strong.
Like that.
And then here's the other piece to that, Jason, is that mortgage credit is getting slightly easier to lend on. It's not a crazy amount, but almost a full percent and there's a metric that's used by the Mortgage Banking Association. It's called Credit Availability Index. That basically measures how easily it is able to extend credit to people. And that number is increasing, so that's also a good thing, and that's probably why you're seeing more applications. So I think it is definitely heating up.
Hopefully it's not as easy to get a loan as it was in 04 and 05.
No. I mean, we're talking a small increase.
So it's still verifying income and all that other good stuff, right?
Everything here's really I'm glad you brought that up. Really, what's increased the credit availability is some new jumbo products. Okay, so that's not a no doc or no asset type loan. And then the other thing, what we've seen is there's some lenders, not all, but some lenders have lowered the credit score. It's specifically to obtain a VA loan. And that's why we're seeing that. And some of the loan to value restrictions have been increased as well. So nothing like you said.
that.
That's a good follow-up question.
Thanks.
This is insane. The White House is proposing a $4.7 trillion budget for 2020. It's a lot of money, huh?
That is a lot of money. That's a lot of zeros.
I don't even know how many.
I think 12.
That's quite a few.
That's insane.
So American businesses and other employers created the fewest jobs in February in 17 months. Kind of interesting. And we're still incredibly low unemployment.
Yeah.
And then housing building permits has increased, so that's good. They were 19% higher in December compared to low levels prior in the year. So more and more builders are getting permits to obviously build homes. So that's great for us.
That is great.
Oh, heck yeah.
Great news. So any crazy? You usually finish off your market update with something loopy.
You gave me a hard time the last 2 times I did it, so I'm gonna pull back. No, I just didn't have anything good. I like finishing up with something out of the box.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything good. Nothing met the standards of Jason LaFlesch.
Oh, come on now. Hey, the benefits of becoming a homeowner, Josh.
There's so many.
Let's talk about that. So every family has a list of important dates, wouldn't you say? I mean, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries,
Birthdays,
pet adoptions, and the list goes on. But for the majority of households in the United States, this list includes the day they became a homeowner for the first time. For the very first time. They say that date, don't they?
Sure.
I would say so. That's a big deal. One of the biggest investments you'll ever make is buying a home, especially your first home. Why is this date important? Homeownership is not just a roof over your head. It represents shelter, stability, wealth, and in many cases, pride of just being a homeowner. So for decades, homeownership has been an important part of the American dream. However, many question if the next generation see the same benefits of homeownership as their predecessors. The millennials getting in there, the new generations. Will they see the same benefit? But in case we've forgotten, some of those benefits are. So here's some of the non-financial benefits, Josh.
Okay.
Educational achievement. Homeownership has a positive impact on academic achievement, including reading and math performance in children 3 through 12 years old. There's a lot of stuff you just don't think about.
Kidding?
It does.
Say that again.
You ready?
So if families that own a home.
Homeownership has a positive impact on academic
kids.
achievement,
Wow.
including reading and math performance in kids 3 to 12 years old. Civic participation. This is something that a lot of people don't think about, but when I bring it up, you're going to be like, wow, okay. Owning a home means owning a part of the neighborhood,
Right.
not a renter.
For sure.
So you feel like you have a vested interest, right? Homeowners have a stronger connection to their neighborhood and are more committed to volunteer for the betterment of their
I
neighborhood.
agree with that for sure.
We just had that at the bridges out in Gilbert, getting rid of the cattails. You know, instead of hiring the landscaping company, I mean, their bid was thousands and thousands of dollars. So we had a community event where everyone came out. There's probably 55 people that came out.
No kidding.
Got rid of all the
Didn't know
cattails
that.
that were growing in all of the lakes out there.
Wow.
So that was pretty
Instead
cool.
of increasing HOA fees, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're doing some crazy assessment to get rid of them. Health benefits, adjusting for a range of demographics, socioeconomic, and housing-related characteristics. Homeowners have a substantial health advantage over renters.
I'd agree with that. Just, I mean, certain living conditions.
Yeah.
You know, having your own place versus.
Again, that pride of homeownership, right?
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Just that is more of a, I would think, a physiological
Right.
thing. But I mean, even a physical thing. You know, having your own home in a better living environment than something you're renting.
Indeed.
Plus maybe even safety.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I agree. Here's one for you. Public assistance. The report shows 47% of homeowners use their home equity credit lines to help pay other debts, diminishing their need for public assistance. We talk about that all the time. If you can borrow for a lot less and pay off high interest rate credit cards, let's say,
Absolutely.
and just help you kind of get out of that debt snowball, if you will, it's a good way to go. Homeownership affords you to do that.
Good way to go. You're not getting any interest write-offs for those credit cards as well. And some people, it's just having that one payment,
Yeah.
and not 7.
Yeah.
is a big deal.
Property maintenance and improvement. A well-maintained home not only generates benefits through consumption and safety, but a high-quality structure also raises mental health.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It just does.
100%.
And then
some
finally,
things you don't think about.
I know. And then finally, pride of ownership. This place is uniquely yours, quote unquote. It's yours.
Yep. You
Okay.
can change it, paint a wall if you want.
You can customize it according to your likes and personality. Exactly what you just said, Josh. It's pretty cool. In addition to financial benefits, homeownership also brings significant social benefits. These not only pertain to family, but extend to the communities, the state, and the country. Financial benefits. Let's rock and roll through these before the end of the segment. Buying a home is an investment in your future, so appreciation. On average, home prices are appreciating annually at a rate of about 3.6% right now. This helps to create a safety net. You gotta like that. Forced savings.
Yes.
Your mortgage is like a forced savings plan. With each payment, you're reducing the principal of your loan.
You talked about that in length a couple weeks ago.
We talk about that almost every week, it feels like. You know?
Well, you really drove home the point with
The forced savings.
retirement with someone who owns a home versus someone who doesn't.
Right.
And the difference was
Significant.
Huge.
Yeah. Home equity. Homeownership builds equity every single month. You can use that later to start a business, send your children to college, et cetera, versus renting. Net worth. A homeowner's net worth, here it is 44 times greater than a renter's.
4 times.
This gives you the financial freedom to invest. Also, stability. Rent prices increase. I mean, we all know that, about 4% annually.
Especially here.
A fixed mortgage payments allow you to save for future projects and guard against inflation. And also tax benefits. Gosh.
You rock that, man.
Talk to your CPA and see what what benefits you. So those are the benefits of homeownership. More with the Real Estate Power Hour when we return. Stay tuned.
Nice one, dude.
Benefits of homeownership, man. Can't beat it. Can't beat that with a stick. Oh, man. Are you ready to dive back in?
You know, sir.
Whenever you're ready.
Here we go, 9 minutes, segment 2.
Everyone, thanks for watching the show today. Segment 2.
Millennials.
Welcome back to your Real Estate Power Hour. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Jason LaFlesch with Results Realty. 15 years on air, live radio, longest running real estate talk show in the Valley. And we appreciate you tuning in once again. Josh Nastal sitting across from me with Homeowners Financial Group. Josh, a lot of people may be listening right now and they're like, how do I take that first step into becoming a homeowner? I mean, after that last segment,
Oh, man.
we're talking about the non-financial benefits of homeownership, the financial benefits of homeownership. If you've been renting forever and you just don't know that first step to take, the first step is to give Josh Nastal a call. Josh, how long have you been doing loans here in the Valley?
15 years, buddy. 15 years. Long time.
You've been doing it a long time.
Yes, sir.
What's the best phone number? It's a free phone call, and to let people know if they're in the game to become a homeowner, it doesn't cost anything, right?
It doesn't.
The
It doesn't
initial
cost
consultation,
anything.
why not?
You know, really, you know, the whole process, you know, finding out if you can be approved, any of that, there's no cost to it, right? 602-377-1979. Call, find out what your options are. It's very quick. You can
Right.
find out very quick. And might as well just jump right into this article about millennials and how they got money from friends or family members to buy a home.
Okay.
It could be that easy. It could be as easy as using some down payment assistance. A lot of times people think that they need a boatload of cash to buy a house, right?
It's not the case.
It's just not the case right now. I mean, there's certain instances where, yes, if you had a ton of money to put down, great. But not everyone needs that, okay? So here's a great example of that. And it's something that we would call a gift, okay? So, and this just shows you how prevalent this is. 43% of millennials, that's almost half of them, 43% got money from family or friends to buy their first house. Okay, so that's what we would consider a gift, right?
Josh, I'm not a millennial, but I would like some money from a friend. You're a friend.
Sure.
Can you hook a brother up to go buy something?
Oh, sure.
Why are you laughing? I mean, yeah, okay, sure. I'll take that as a yes. Thank you.
Well, you're not a first-time home buyer.
Oh, that's true.
You have a house.
That's true.
So I mean that's a viable option though.
Yeah.
You know, if you're 34, you're not 34 or younger either. Sorry.
That's true.
Ouch.
I'm not saying nothing.
So if you're 34 or younger, you're considered a millennial.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a cutoff to that. But you know, mom and dad. You know, you go to mom and dad. Hey, I want to buy a house. You know, I don't have any money for down payment. Would you be willing to gift me some money?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, almost 50% of parents said, heck yeah.
I was going to say a lot of parents are they're willing to help.
Yeah, and it's...
Hey, they're willing to help to the tune of millions. You heard about the whole scandal with the college. Can you believe
yeah.
that?
I can't believe that.
There's parents paying $1.5 million for their kid that can't make it into Yale to go to Yale.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be there.
One of them, the worst example I saw there was paying a coach to put him on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, where's that going to get you? If your kid sucks at sports, they shouldn't even be playing.
No, it was just to go to school there.
Oh, I was talking the ones where they're fabricating pictures and getting stock photos online of someone that's not even their kid, right?
Oh.
On how good they are. But the truth's going to come out when they're on the field, right? That's what doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean that. You know, the people that are going to get hurt from this are the people that took the bribes. You know,
That too.
I mean, you probably
Gosh.
the people that paid the money. Will they get in trouble very much? I don't know. Possibly.
Apparently they are. I mean, the one gal from what is it? The Full House, Jesse's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her on, and she paid $1.5 million, whatever it was.
Aunt Becky, wasn't that her name? Aunt Becky.
God, I don't know, man, but
The reason
that was my favorite from that
The
show.
only reason I know that is because I saw a caption on social media, and they had that family.
Yeah.
Joey and
Right.
the dad,
Tanner and all them or
They were
whatever.
driving down the freeway, and the caption was "Going to bail out Aunt Becky."
Oh gosh.
But
Wow.
yeah, shoot, you're right. I mean, if someone's willing to give millions to help a kid get in a certain college, why not? You know, give
10, 15, 20 grand for
10
nothing?
grand is
Yeah.
5% on a $200,000 home. for a down payment. I mean, here's some of the things that are reasons why that millennial can't save up that kind of cash, is that tons of them are carrying a boatload of student loan debt.
Right.
And this number was crazy. That to go to a 4-year school, right? And this is a public school.
Yeah.
Tuition since 1988, okay, has rose 200%. 200%.
Wow. In the case of ASU, I know it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years, the tuition has rose 200%. So imagine, they're having to pay their student loans off when they get off. They just can't save up enough money to make that down payment. So, that just brings me back to making that phone call. Find out, hey, is there a gift available? Is there, there's a ton of down payment assistance out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, to your point, Jay, make that call, find out what you can do. Because a gift might be an option. It's very easy to do.
I'm just thinking right now, just in my situation, so I have 12-year-old triplets, but when they get old enough to be able to buy a home, if they're taking that step and they're being proactive to want to buy a home, and I could gift them 10 grand to help them out and become a homeowner, I think it's one of the best investments that I can make for my kids. Sure. Exactly. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you even go on with them, if you had to.
Sure.
Maybe even they're in college.
Yeah.
You can help. You can do that type of loan. That financing is available where you have a college kid goes, to ASU, wants to live close to campus.
Yep.
You can help them buy a home down there. You can be on the financing as well, and treat it as a investment.
Right. Well, it's better than paying rent.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, far better. So you're right.
Just your first story about owning versus renting. That your child, they might not even know it. You're helping them long term.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've helped many parents out of state find their kid a home to live in. So townhomes, I've sold quite a few in what's called Tempe Villas, right on University, just east of rural. So I used to live in there when I went to ASU, and it's the perfect little. It's like a diamond in the rough because all these other big buildings and condos that are expensive are all around it and dorms and everything. Tempe Villas is one of the last that you can actually own a 1 or 2 bedroom condo for a reasonable price.
Sweet.
And then after your kid graduates, keep it as an investment property.
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Last quick thing. 90% of parents in this survey said that they would do this for their kids. 90%.
Ah. Would you do that for old Andy?
Oh, absolutely. I've always thought that they should buy a home together.
Yeah.
With Andy and Zoe, see how they would do.
Be kind of interesting, huh?
Yeah, they other than their ability to keep their room clean. I mean, the house.
Oh, you mean that's just not my kids?
The house would be a disaster otherwise, but like you said, it'd be good for them. Get them out, get their feet wet.
Yeah.
Taste of life on their own.
Yeah.
It's different when you're on your own.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, we're just you listen to us on the radio every week, you guys. We appreciate you tuning in, but we're normal dudes. Normal guys. I've been doing real estate 25 years. I'm a quick phone call away for all of your real estate needs. Jason LaFlesch, Results Realty, 602-369-4663. And Josh Nastal, make the first call to see if you can afford one of these investment homes, primary residence. Best number for you, Josh.
602-377-1979.
Hey, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. That's a good topic there, dude.
Heck yeah.
Very cool. Third segment's coming up. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. What are we going to hit this next segment? What do you think here, Josh?
Yeah, I'm here. Let's do it. Oh, we want to hit?
Which one?
Well, I want to do my...
Multitasking.
I want to do my new program, new product.
Oh, a new convention, okay. So we got 6 minutes on the next one. So yeah, let's hit that. All right, Daddy-O.
Ready for round 3?
Let's go. I'm hungry. I want to get to lunch.
I feel ya. Those tacos,
Yeah, you're walking by with your Taco Tuesday leftovers.
making everybody jealous.
I'm telling you.
Here we go. Segment 3, 6 minutes.
Hey, welcome back to your Real Estate Power Hour. I'm Jason LaFlesch with Results Realty. Sitting across from you, of course, Josh Nastall with Homeowners Financial Group. And this is your Real Estate Power Hour right here on KKNT 960 The Patriot. Let's dive back into the show. We have a lot to cover. Hey, you have a new conventional loan product that's out, huh?
I do. So, we were talking about how easy it is to make that phone call. We were talking about, down payment assistance. And we were talking about
interest rates being at a 14-month low.
Interest rates are super low. Getting a gift from a family member for down payment. Well, here's another program that allows you to take advantage of down payment money, right?
Okay.
So we have a new program out just this month. It is a conventional loan. It's a conventional down payment assistance loan, which a lot of people think, hey, there's only FHA down payment assistance loans out there. So this is an in-house homeowners financial product. Okay, it's a 97% financed conventional loan, and you're getting 3.5% of basically down payment assistance with that. So you're getting 3% for your down payment, and then you're getting an additional 0.5% to help with closing costs.
Okay.
Yes. Now there's some restrictions on the product, but like there are, and it shouldn't be. It's not a 500 FICO.
Right.
It's a conventional loan, so you have to have a 720 FICO.
Okay.
No income limit though. No manufactured housing. This is important. So if you're husband wife, and the husband already owns a home, wife's never bought, that's okay. One person on the financing has to be a first-time homebuyer.
They could still both be on financing, but one of them has to be a first-time home buyer.
Correct.
Okay.
And the way that they, Fannie and Freddie describe home ownership is you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
4 years ago you sold a home, you haven't owned since, you're considered a first-time homeowner.
So let's say a handful of years ago you had a short sale,
Yeah.
bankruptcy, foreclosure. If you're able to get a traditional loan again, you'd be considered a first-time home buyer.
Correct. So
Wow.
4 years for conventional is on a short sale.
Okay.
So if you're 4 years out, you would be a first-time home buyer.
The reason I brought that up, Josh, is because so many people out there think if they've had one of the 3 credit fatalities that they have to wait 7 or 10 years.
Oh yeah.
It's not the case in most of those situations, is it?
No, the absolute longest is 7 years.
7 years, okay.
For a conventional foreclosure.
Gotcha.
Now, if you've had a foreclosure and you want to get back in the game earlier than that, and you're either FHA, you're only 3 years out.
Ah.
I have some people that are doing that. They really. I have a buyer closing this month that really wanted to, be in a $400,000 price range. But FHA doesn't finance that high. Now we had a really good increase this year. We've had an increase last 2 years in Maricopa County.
What is the FHA loan limit now?
The FHA financed loan amount is $314,827, which is an odd number.
Yep.
But basically, that's a purchase price of a little over $326,000.
Gotcha.
I tell realtors $326,500.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Good job. On that.
Now Sharon's not going to be emailing me.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right, keep going.
So yeah, $326,500.
Okay.
So if you're in that price range, you're only out 3 years. Right?
Yeah.
So
great info.
The only other things on this is it's a purchase only product. So this isn't something that you have to do a refinancing with. A lot of these programs you have to take a couple hour online course about home ownership. So that is also something that's required for this. So great program. Like I said, someone who has good credit, a millennial, because most millennials have really good credit. Someone who hasn't saved up a ton of money, or there's a lot of people that have money for down payment, but they would rather not use it. They want to keep a little safety net when they're buying their first home.
But again, if you can get in for next to, you can get the gifted funds on the down payment, and then we could find a home and have the seller cover your closing costs.
Something like this, you wouldn't need, depending on the purchase price, you're not even going to need a full 3% assistance because you're getting a half already.
Yeah.
From the program.
Start building your wealth now. Become a homeowner sooner than later, because renting, you're just not going to take those leaps and bounds forward. You're just not going to.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, good stuff.
Hey, for you out there that are listening right now, are you one of those that think that if the economy slows up a bit, that there's going to be a crash in real estate like back in 07 and 08. Are you one of those half glass full type people? I don't know. But guess what? In the next segment, why an economic slowdown will not crush real estate this time. I'm going to go over some of the facts and figures. You're not going to want to miss the next segment of the Real Estate Power Hour. But in the meantime, write down our phone numbers for all of your real estate and financing needs. Jason LaFlesch with Results Realty, 602-369-4663. And Josh Nastal with Homeowners Financial Group, 602-377-1979. Stay tuned.
We're flying.
Not taking much time in between.
No, it's good.
Getting through it.
So you're gonna hit the. How long is this one?
14 minutes. This one's long.
So you're gonna hit the looming. You're gonna talk about the possible crash, and I can basically we could parlay right off of my last subject is very similar.
Okay.
And then what do you have?
I got the when selling your home, be proactive versus reactive, and go over just a prime example on that one I got sold for the Dyers.
Okay.
On how being proactive through the process, instead of just sitting back on your hands and having no communication, getting no feedback, doing nothing to get it sold. Why homes sit on the market for so long out there?
Okay. And then last one, then I'll do the borrowers are your biggest asset.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right, Jer.
Here we go, final round, 1450.
Hey, welcome back to your Real Estate Power Hour. I'm Jason LaFlesch. This is the fourth segment of the show. We're going to wrap up here in about 14 minutes, so hang with us here because why an economic slowdown will not crush the real estate market this time. So this was an interesting article that I was reading, and last week the National Association for Business Economics released their February 2019 Economic Policy Survey. The survey revealed that a majority of the panel believe an economic slowdown is in the near future. And it's been all over the news, kind of talking about it. While only 10% of the panelists expect a recession in 2019, 42% say a recession will happen in 2020, and 25% expect one in 2021. I was predicting a little bit more of a recession in 2022 myself, but that's just me. But let's talk about this for a second. That raises the question, will the real estate market be impacted like it was during the last recession? So a recession does not equal a housing crisis, according to the dictionary definition. A recession is a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. During the last recession, prices fell dramatically because the housing collapse caused the recession. And that was, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. However, if we look at the previous 4 recessions before that, we can see that home values weren't negatively impacted. So think about this, Josh. And I know this was just after you were born, but January 1980 to July 1980, so when Reagan was, you know what? I remember when Reagan, that assassination attempt. I think I was 9 at the time, and you were just a
baby.
You were just a wee tot.
I was.
Getting swaddled and drinking milk.
Was that?
Go ahead.
Was that on the steps outside the building? Is that the one you're talking about?
With Reagan?
Yeah.
Yeah, right when they exited the building,
Yeah.
it was, that was crazy, man.
But it wasn't not successful.
No, it wasn't.
So, what do you remember about that?
I remember exactly when it took place, like when it happened. I was sitting there with
Was
my
it
old
breaking
man.
News?
It was, no, it was live. Everything was live.
Oh wow.
It was all live then. So I remember.
It happened live.
Yes.
Oh man.
It was
saw
pretty
it.
crazy.
Yeah,
And I was
I saw
9
it.
watching that. But check this out. January 1980 to July 1980, home values rose during a financial recession by 4.5%.
Right.
July 81 to November 82, home values rose 1.9%. July 1990 to March 91, that economic recession, homes value fell less than 1%, Josh.
No, I agree.
And then March 2001 to November 2001. So this was, when? I mean, kind of the year of September 11th, and just a lot of things were going down. Gas prices were up. March 2001 to November 2001.
Okay.
Home values rose 4.8%. So there's no reason to panic right now, even if we may be headed for a recession. We're seeing a cooling off in the housing market, but nothing that indicates a crash. The housing market is just normalizing. We've talked about this over and over on the show. Mm-hmm. You can't continue to have like what we had in 09, 10, 11, 12, those 10, sometimes 20% increases in property values year over year. Inventory is starting to increase, and home prices are finally stabilizing. This is a good thing for both buyers and sellers as we move forward. So the bottom line, if there's an economic slowdown in our near future, there's no need to fear to set in, as renowned financial analyst Morgan Housel just recently tweeted. So I love that article, because what made the recession happen, in 07 and 08 was a housing collapse. And why did we have a housing collapse, Josh? Because people were getting loans. They were stated income loans. There were people that couldn't get a Blockbuster video membership card buying $200,000 investment homes.
No, I agree. No, you're right.
It just can't happen.
No. And furthermore, this very similar article, but this is more really drilled into the Phoenix metro area.
Yeah.
It says just basically supports what you were talking about. Buyers holding out in the Metro Phoenix area, they're thinking prices are going to plummet. They're not going to be home buyers in 2019. Now, were we going to see as fast pace of an increase as maybe the last few years? Maybe not, but we're still going to see homes in the Maricopa County increase all throughout 2019.
Yep. My prediction is about 3 to 5%.
Which is great. Which is great.
It really is. It's healthy.
Here's another interesting fact, like specifically about Maricopa County. If you took inflation into account, Valley homes in general, throughout Maricopa County, are still 10% below the 2006 boom levels.
Wow.
Inflation considered, still below it.
Yeah.
So are we blowing the siren, kind of like back in 2006? Well, no, we're not even to those levels yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Josh, the outlying areas like Buckeye, Queen Creek, Santan Valley, we are far off of that 10% mark, meaning we're still well below what those homes peaked at. That was crazy back in the day. Just to give you an example, so we bought homes in 04, early 04, new build Fulton homes out in Pecan Creek North for $240,000 loaded. These are almost 4,000 square foot homes.
Jeez.
In the peak at end of 06, they went from 240 to 475.
Oh.
Well, now that same home, current day right now, is not 475, it's about 330. So way below 10% off. But what you're referring to, like middle of Phoenix, Chandler,
sure.
Gilbert, Tempe, some of these more, centralized areas, I think you're almost spot on right there.
It's concerning all those areas. Yeah, the outlining areas, sure.
Man.
They're not going to recover as quickly.
No.
I totally agree with you.
No.
But there's about 20 Phoenix area neighborhoods that are close to rebounding to 2006. You're 100% right there.
I believe it.
You use Realtor.com. Again, this is all based on Phoenix Metro, Maricopa County. You said 3%. There, Realtor.com is expecting a 4 to 6% increase on average throughout all of Maricopa.
You know me, I like to underpromise and overdeliver.
No, I agree.
True story.
Now, that's interesting though, because on a national average, right, the past few years, you've seen a 6 to 8%.
Right.
So we're being a little more conservative.
Right.
Maybe we've learned our lesson.
I hope so. A lot of people haven't, but I hope so.
So, and here's another thing. I don't know if, again, this is very, very Arizona based, and maybe you are experiencing this, but a comment is, this is from a realtor in the Phoenix metro area from HomeSmart. I have clients who want to sell their home because they think prices are really going to fall this year. What do you think about that, LaFlesch?
I think they're wrong. I don't think they're really going to fall. I think if they do, it'll be a blip compared to what it was. I think a lot of it has to do with the location. I think it has to do with the supply. in that particular neighborhood where they're selling as well.
Okay.
Because if there's more homes for sale, yeah, you're going to take a little bit more of a hit. But if the supply is really, really low and it's a great location, I think that gentleman is not very correct. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not a bad time to sell either.
No, it's a solid time to sell. You're getting good money for your home. And if you market it right, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, just personal experience, the latest home that we sold, I'm going to go over that as well. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just thinking that, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with this person. I definitely don't think that prices are going to fall this year based on everything we've read.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a great time to sell. A lot of the people that maybe did take a bath, in the downturn, the real estate market, they're probably not as underwater. So
no, not at all.
Maybe they're thinking, hey, it's a great time to get out. Maybe that's what they're referring to.
A lot of homes that I've sold recently, you could see where the people bought in 03, 04, 05, and now they're back at par or a bit above.
Right.
And they're in good locations, and they're actually coming out clean. They're not writing a check at closing.
No.
So it works out good. Hey, so when selling your home, I want everyone to listen closely at this. Be proactive versus reactive. So many real estate agents and sellers out there are reactive versus being proactive up front. So first things first, before listing your home, utilize your realtor and ask what can be done to get top dollar for your home. When I meet with sellers, we kind of go through and we talk about the decluttering. We may have to repaint, either clean the carpet, or if the carpet's beat up from the feet up, we replace it. Because when it comes to first impressions and walking into a home, your senses, when you walk in and you smell new paint, you smell new carpet, versus a home that looks like they changed their car oil right in the middle of the carpet, in the family room. Mm-hmm. There's a massive difference, you guys. So make sure you utilize your realtor and make sure they have the experience to be able to give you this kind of advice. Experience pays. And when I say that, I say it literally and figuratively as well. Experience pays. You will get more for your home. Something that I like to do right away in homes, if I have any question, if it's not quite priced right, because some of these neighborhoods are tough to price a home. If you're in a semi-custom neighborhood, you don't have model match homes to be able to compare your house to. So you're comparing your home to other like properties, I guess, but they have totally different exteriors, interiors, so it's not as easy. But what I like to do right at the beginning, Josh, is get a broker tour going where you have 8, 10, 12 other real estate agents that come through, and I love to get feedback from them. Pricing feedback. If there's anything that they see.
Like a home tour.
Like a home tour, exactly. And you relay that info to your seller. And you can make adjustments early on in the listing process. Again, being proactive versus reactive.
Can I throw a tidbit in there? Real quick?
Absolutely.
Great. You've hit the nail on the head, Jason. Just a quick example. Those home tours can really pay off.
Mm-hmm.
I do 2 a month, and one recently, was very interesting. One of the realtors, there was 2 listing agents, right?
Yep.
And the realtor who was having trouble selling his home asked the one realtor who had just put their house on the market and already had started receiving potential offers on it.
Mm-hmm.
He asked him if I could take my sellers through your home to show them what they're getting for the same price they're trying to sell their home at.
Dude, there you go.
As a tactic to make sure the house is priced correctly.
Yeah.
So you're
exactly
100% right.
There's so many different steps on broker tours where realtors can give you some great feedback. So it's not just you saying it.
Right.
And I really like that. So if there's a question or doubt at the beginning, be proactive, whether that's price related or first impression related. Another topic I have here is experience with most realtors. Here's the thing. 95% of the agents out there are part-time. Mm-hmm. They're not full-time, and it's just a fact. It's the way that it is. So when I go on these broker tours, it's amazing just seeing our fellow realtors out there and just their experience. And I ask them quite often, as we're going through their clients' homes that need paint, that need carpet, that need simple fixtures updated, I just say, hey, did you mention this to them? Because you're going to get what you're looking for. The reason your home hasn't sold yet is because it needs a little bit of love, a little face-off. And most of these agents are like, I don't know anyone that can do it. I don't have the connections. Or what another agent said is that I don't trust the homeowners to do it themselves because I don't think it'll look good.
Once again, Josh, experience. I have the experience. There's a lot of other realtors that have experience. Make sure you have a realtor that has experience and the connections to get your home looking top dollar. And lastly, showing up and demonstrating the home that's for sale and having the negotiating skills. That's a huge point as well. And then I'm going to finish off with one last thing here, where experience pays. On one of my listings, I had one of my sellers that wanted to sell at top dollar. I was kind of all about it, but yeah, I'm just like, we may be able to snag one. It's a great neighborhood. Well, it didn't sell right away, okay? But more than that, the home was painted to their liking. Hot pink in the half bath, dark purple in the pool table room, blues and yellows in the master bath, Tiffany green or blue, whatever you want to call it, in the kitchen. There was a lot of really cool colors that wake up your senses, but it's not for everyone.
Pretty rainbow there, huh?
It's pretty rainbow. So I told him, I said, guys, let's paint this home agreeable gray throughout. It's going to cost a few $1,000s. The home's in the mid to high 500s. It's a small price to pay, biggest bang for the buck. We did it. We adjusted the price down a little bit where it should have been. We are now under contract for full price.
Bang.
That's how it works. Be proactive, folks, when it comes to selecting your real estate agent with experience. I'm Jason LaFlesch, 602-369-4663. And yes, I do answer my phone. Do you like that, Josh?
I love it.
I had to sneak it in. What's your number, Josh?
602-377-1979. Great show, Jay.
So from Jason LaFlesch and Josh Nastal, we'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Say it with me. See ya. Solid as solid is.
Solid.
Good show, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was going to be nasty all day, but it looks like it's not.
Is it cleared
It
up?
looks like it's cleared up a little. It was cold this morning, dude. Windy. Oof.
Hey, I hope all of our viewers learned a little something today. We covered some really cool topics. Real estate nationwide, local real estate here, and tips and tricks on getting your home sold for top dollar. You've heard our names and numbers throughout. You can also direct message us on Facebook as well if you have any questions. But until next week, you guys, will see you then. Later.